If you are exhausted trying to figure out which meme coin or options trade is going to finally make you rich, you are playing a game rigged to make you fail. But what if I told you the actual mathematical formula used by 80% of first-generation millionaires requires absolutely zero financial genius? It is incredibly boring. It takes exactly 10 minutes to set up, and it outperforms 99% of Wall Street day traders. You work hard for your money. You watch the cost of groceries and rent climb every single month, while people on your timeline flex overnight wealth. You are constantly told you just need to hustle harder or take bigger risks. But the truth? Hustle alone will never build you freedom. Today, I am going to show you exactly how a regular salary transforms into a 7-figure portfolio using just one overlooked mathematical law. A law so undeniably powerful, the wealthy use it every single day to quietly multiply their net worth, while the middle class is distracted by hype. I won't just tell you what it is. By the end of this video, you will have the exact 3-step blueprint to activate it for yourself. Every day, you go to work. You trade your irreplaceable time for a paycheck. But right now, inflation is acting like a silent tax, quietly stealing the purchasing power of that money while it sits in your bank account. Therefore, you know you have to invest. The problem is, the internet has conditioned you to treat the stock market exactly like a casino. Day traders, crypto gamblers, and options flippers, they are the ones playing the slot machines. It's flashy, it's loud. They constantly stare at glowing screens, flooding their brains with cortisol, hoping to hit a jackpot that they can instantly brag about online. But the mathematical reality is completely different. The vast majority of them are quietly burning through their life savings. They bleed money to transaction fees, they trigger massive tax penalties, they panic and sell the second a chart turns red. Therefore, you do not want to be the guy sweating at the slot machine. You want to be the house. The house is incredibly boring. The house does not panic when a single player wins a hand, nor does it celebrate when someone loses. The house is a steady, emotionless machine. But mathematically, the house is guaranteed to win over time. While the middle class is distracted by hype, chasing the illusion of getting rich quick, there is a secret growth engine the wealthy rely on. It is called compound growth. It doesn't care if you're asleep, on vacation, or ignoring the news. It just works in the background, weaponizing time in your favor. Think of this growth engine like a snowball rolling down a hill. At first, you are packing a tiny snowball with your bare hands. It's freezing, it's hard work, and honestly, for the first few years, the snowball looks completely pathetic. You look at your account and think, I sacrificed my hard-earned cash for this? You might even wonder why you were bothering. But when you push it down a massive, endless snowy hill, the math takes over. The snow starts picking up its own snow. In year 1, your money might only make enough extra money to buy you a single cup of coffee. Therefore, it feels slow. By year 10, your money is making enough money to pay your rent. Eventually, that snowball hits a tipping point. It becomes so massive, it is crushing trees, and you aren't even touching it anymore. Your money makes money. But then that new money goes out and acts like a tiny employee, working 24/7 to make you even more money. Let me introduce you to Sarah. Sarah makes $60,000 a year. She doesn't have a trust fund. She spends 0 hours a week looking at stock charts. But she sets aside $250 a month, roughly the cost of an average car payment. She packs her tiny snowball, pushes it down the hill, and completely ignores it. On the other hand, we have Mike. Mike trades aggressively. He is chasing 1,000% returns on obscure tech stocks. But here is what Mike doesn't realize. Every time he buys and sells, he pays a fee. Every time he wins, the government takes a massive cut in short-term capital gains taxes. His snowball keeps getting smashed to pieces before it can ever build momentum. Fast forward 30 years, Mike is exhausted, burned out, and his account has barely beaten inflation.
Sarah? She now sits on a portfolio worth over $1 million.
The craziest part? Over $700,000 of that million isn't even money she put in. It is purely the snow her original money gathered on the way down the hill. She didn't trade, she didn't stress, she just let the math do the heavy lifting. Now, I know exactly what your brain is screaming right now. But what if the market crashes? What if I put my $250 in and the company goes bankrupt? I can't afford to lose my savings. That fear is exactly why we do not bet on a single company. Instead of betting on one horse to win the race, you are going to buy the entire racetrack. By purchasing something called an index fund, specifically one that tracks the top 500 companies in a country, you own a microscopic slice of that entire country's economy. You own a piece of the phones we use, the food we buy, and the software we rely on. If one company starts failing and goes bankrupt, the index fund automatically kicks it out and replaces it with a faster, newer, stronger company. It is a self-cleansing system. Therefore, your risk of going to zero drops to practically nothing. But your wealth keeps growing as human innovation naturally pushes the economy forward. But here is the brutal catch.
The fuel for this snowball isn't just your cash.
It is your time. If Sarah had waited just 5 years to start packing that snowball, say she waited until she felt ready, or until she got a promotion, her final wealth wouldn't just drop by a few $1,000s. It would be cut strictly in half. Let that sink in. Waiting just 5 years costs you $500,000 in the future. Every single day you wait to start is literal cash vanishing from your future self's pocket. The cost of procrastination is your financial freedom. So, how do you actually step out of the casino, stop gambling your future, and become the house? You do not need to hire a guy in a suit. It takes 3 literal steps. 1. Open a brokerage account. You can open an account on your phone right now in less than 5 minutes. 2. Automate your cash. Set up an automatic recurring transfer of just $50 a week from your bank account. That is one skipped dinner out. Treat this automatic transfer like a non-negotiable bill you owe to your future self. 3. Buy the racetrack. Look for a low-cost index fund and click buy. And then simply close the app and go live your life. Let the snow do the work. Remember what I told you at the start of this video? You do not need to be a financial genius to escape the rat race. You do not need to catch the next viral crypto wave. And you do not need to burn yourself out staring at charts. You just need to be patient, and you need to start today. Stop playing a game rigged to make you fail. Be the house. Start rolling your snowball. If this video changed the way you look at your financial future, do me a favor and gently tap the like button. It doesn't just help the channel, it literally trains the YouTube algorithm to feed you more real financial signal and less exhausting hype.
And do check out my compound growth visualizer. Link in the description below.
And if you are serious about stepping away from the slot machines and actually building long-term freedom without the stress,
Hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell.
stay patient, stay consistent, and I will see you in the next video.